Hi everybody. In this video we're going to be talking about different types of sacrifices. Now, the first type of sacrifice actually is what we call a gambit. A gambit is a type of opening that you can do to get a positional advantage. And that positional advantage is usually what we call the center. For example, in this position, if white moves the pawn to b4, this is actually what we call the Evans Gambit. And in the Evans Gambit, if black captures our pawn, our goal is to get control of the center as quickly as possible. For example, we can try to push the pawn to c3, and then the opponent's bishop might go back, and then boom, we try to get control of the center very quickly. So we give a little pawn. In gambits, we always give a pawn, but we try to get control of the center. We try to get a positional advantage. For example, in this kind of position, if black moves a pawn to d6, white can bring their queen to b3 to make a battery attack. And this is due to the pawn sacrifice that we did. We give a little pawn, but we try to get something bigger than a pawn, which is going to be the opportunity to attack the center and attack the opponent's king. So this is the first type of sacrifice. It's a gambit. Now let's actually look into a different type of sacrifice, and this is actually one of the sacrifices that we very much like to do in our games. It's a sacrifice to do a checkmate. So let's look into this position. This is also known as the Legal's trap. Okay, so everybody, in this position, we can actually move our knight to e5. And if our knight goes to e5, this seems like a big mistake. The opponent can capture our queen. But this is actually a sacrifice we're willing to do. But you might be asking, what is bigger than a queen? Because queen is the most valuable piece that we can capture, right? Because you cannot capture a king. Now, what is more valuable than the queen? It's actually the king, everybody, but as we said, we cannot capture the king. But what you can do is you can actually do a checkmate. And right now, white can do a checkmate in 2 moves. If you want to solve it, you can pause the video, but I'll show the answer now. So right now, everybody, white can actually bring the bishop to f7, forcing the black king to go to e7. And then we can bring our other knight to d5. And after our knight goes to d5, this is actually going to be a checkmate. So this is actually the ultimate sacrifice, giving something to do a checkmate. So this is going to be very, very good. We give a queen, but we try to get something bigger than a queen in a sacrifice, which is going to be the opportunity to do a checkmate in this position. And we have one more type of sacrifice. So you can try to get positional advantage, you can try to win the game, and also you can try to get a material advantage. No, this is the wrong side. Let's actually make it like this. So this is going to be a simple position, everyone. And let's make it black to play. Alright. So everybody, let's say in this position we are playing as black. And we have a, we have a rook and a knight. And the opponent has a queen for our rook and a knight. And rook and a knight is not bad, everybody, but queen is better than rook and a knight combined. So white has the advantage in this position. But you see, we can actually do a little sacrifice combined with another tactic to get material advantage. And in order to do this, everybody, we can sacrifice our rook. By moving the rook to d1, we are actually pinning the opponent's queen. So the opponent's queen cannot leave the king will be in check. In order to get out of this pin, everybody, you might be thinking, oh, they can just capture the rook. And you are right. That is why we give the rook in this position, because it moves the opponent's queen to d1. And after the queen goes to d1, we can actually do a fork in this position. We can bring our knight, everybody, to do this check, and at the same time, we're going to be attacking the opponent's queen. So after the king moves, which they have to do, because king is the most important piece on the board, we can now go ahead and capture the queen. So as you can see, everybody, we are in this position giving a rook, but we are getting a queen. So we gave this rook, but we got the queen. The important thing to realize is we couldn't capture the opponent's queen if we didn't give this rook, if we didn't sacrifice this rook. That's why in chess, generally, a sacrifice means you give something relatively smaller and then you try to get something relatively bigger. All right, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.